Now we are going to study about ionization of acids and bases. We know that acids and bases are classified as strong acids, strong bases, and weak acids and weak bases. Now, on what basis do you classify this? It depends upon the degree of dissociation. Okay, so when a acid or a base dissociates completely, you will say that it is a strong acid or a strong base. And when an acid or a base it dissociates partially, or you can say not to a complete extent, will be classified as a weak acid or a weak base. Now let us look at some examples that are given in your textbook for the same. Here HCl is the example of strong acid. So if you look here, HCl in aqueous medium is going to split up as H plus and Cl minus ions. Okay, whereas the example of strong base is NaOH. So how is it going to split up in aqueous medium? Na plus plus OH minus ions. Since they show complete dissociation, they are classified as strong acids and strong bases. Some example of strong acids are as follows: HCl, that is hydrochloric acid; HNO3, nitric acid; H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid; HI, that is hydroiodic acid; HBr, that is hydrobromic acid. So all the above are the examples of strong acids. You need to keep this in mind. Examples of strong bases are NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide, and KOH, that is potassium hydroxide. Rest are all weak bases. Let us now look at some examples explaining weak acids and weak bases. The example of weak acid is acetic acid, that is CH3COOH. So you will see that it splits up as CH3COO minus plus H plus. And the example of weak base is ammonium hydroxide, that is NH4OH, and it splits up as NH4 plus plus OH minus. Now you must be wondering that what is the difference between strong and weak acids and base. So if you look at strong acids and base, there was separation of ions, complete separation, or you can say complete dissociation of ions. If you look at weak acids and bases, you will see there is still a molecule that remains undissociated, like CH3COO minus. There are so many elements together which forms a molecule there. Okay, whereas NH4, that is also a molecule, so it does not dissociate completely. That is why it is classified as weak acid or weak base. So here are the examples of weak acids and weak bases. So the example of weak acid is formic acid, that is HCOOH. Then you have hydrofluoric acid, HF, and hydrosulfuric acid, that is H2S, while weak bases are as follows. Let us now study the dissociation constants of weak acids and weak bases. Now we are going to study the dissociation constant of weak acids and weak bases. Okay, so first we are going to consider weak acid. So say the weak acid you're taking is HA. Okay, so this is just for general representation. So we are taking HA or weak acid in water, that is in aqueous medium. So how you will write it? HA. So this means it is in water, and we know that it is going to dissociate as H plus plus A minus, right? So this is a weak acid in water, so it is dissociating as H plus plus A minus. Okay, now this equilibrium, now this reaction that is there here, it is in equilibrium. Okay, now how or when do you say that the reaction has reached an equilibrium point? When the number of dissociated ions are equal to number of unionized molecule. Okay, so here you can see you have first HA, so it is split up into one H and one A. So this reaction is in equilibrium. So how are you going to write the equilibrium constant for this particular reaction? So you are going to write K. You know K is the equilibrium constant, but don't forget to mention this A here, since we are studying the acid dissociation constant. So Ka means the acid dissociation constant is equal to the product of concentration of entities on the right hand side. Product means what? Multiplication side. So whatever is there on the product side, that will come in the numerator, and the concentration of entity on the left hand side, or you can say on the reactant side, will come in the denominator. Okay, so this brackets here is nothing but it is giving the information regarding the concentration of that particular entity. Product means multiplication. You can put multiplication sign, or you can just put this dot, then A minus upon H A. So this is basically the acid dissociation constant. Okay, now similarly, if you want to find a dissociation constant for weak base, so we are going to take the example of weak base as BOH. I told you weak acid contains a proton, that is H plus, so you can see H here. And how do you differentiate out a base that is based on OH ions? So you can see BOH. So how is this weak base going to dissociate in water? So again it is going to dissociate as B plus aqueous plus OH minus aqueous. Now if you want to write the dissociation constant for weak base, how are you going to write it? Or can you say that this particular reaction is in equilibrium? Yes, of course, because you can see 1B, so it has dissociated here. OH, only one group, that also has dissociated. So the number of dissociated ion is equal to the number of unionized molecule. So the base dissociation constant, you know the equilibrium, for equilibrium we put K. So because we are writing the dissociation constant for this equilibrium reaction, you have to mention K here, B because it is a base, and then whatever is there on the right hand side, just write it here, and then what is on the reactant, write it down. Okay, so this is the dissociation constant, or you can say the base dissociation constant for weak base. I hope this is clear. So this dissociation constants of weak acids and weak bases are nothing but the equilibrium dissociation constant for that particular equilibrium reaction. The theories or the definitions that were given by Arrhenius for acids and bases were further modified or quantitatively studied by F.W. Oswald in the year 1888. So now we are going to study the Oswald's dilution law for weak acid and weak bases. Now we are going to study the Oswald dilution law for weak acid. Okay, so we have to take 1 mole of weak acid which is dissolved in VDM cube of solution. Okay, so you're taking 1 mole of weak acid dissolved in VDM cube of solution. Okay, now weak acid generally we take HA. So now if I'm taking HA in water, we know that it is going to dissociate as H plus A minus. Right, so this is how it is going to dissociate. Now how are you going to write the acid dissociation constant? I told you Ka, equilibrium constant, but acid dissociation constant you have to mention A. So whatever is there here on the right hand side or on the product side will come up in the numerator in the product form, that is multiplication sign. So H plus product A minus upon what is there on the left hand side, or you can say on the reactant side. So this is HA. Now we know that this is undissociated molecule, and H plus and A minus, these are the dissociated ions. Now after writing this, you have to make two columns, or not two columns, you just make amount present at equilibrium. Okay, so this is the first point, and the second point you need to write is concentration at equilibrium. Concentration at equilibrium per mole dm cube. This is per mole. The first one is per mole and the second one is per mole dm cube. Now you are going to write the reaction again here, that is HA giving you H plus and A minus. Okay, so this is what you get. Now we know that HA is the undissociated molecule, so there is no ionization taking place, whereas H and A, they are dissociated, so there is some degree of dissociation seen, and we know degree of dissociation is represented by alpha. So in both cases, H plus and A minus, below that you are going to mention alpha. Now HA is undissociated, so you are going to write it as 1 minus alpha. Okay, 1 minus alpha. Now for the second point, concentration at equilibrium per mole dm cube, what you have to do is you just have to divide it by V. So this will become 1 minus alpha by V, this will become alpha by V, and this will also become alpha by V. So till now what values are you having? You are having the value of HA, which is 1 minus alpha by V. Okay, the unit is going to be mole dm cube, right? The same thing, if you want you can mention it here, mole dm cube. Now if you look at the value of H and A, it is same, so can I write H plus is nothing but equal to A minus, which is having the same value, that is alpha by V, right? Now you are going to substitute these values in this acid dissociation constant. So what is your acid dissociation constant? We know that it is Ka is equal to H plus A minus upon HA, right? Now so start substituting these values now. H plus is what? So Ka, it is alpha by V, and A is what? A is also alpha by V only, so right there, alpha by V. And what is HA? It is 1 minus alpha by V. So ultimately what are you going to get now? Therefore Ka is equal to alpha square V into V. Alpha into alpha is alpha square, V into V is going to give me V square 1 minus alpha by V. So now can I cut this V and 1 V from here? So what am I left with? I am left with Ka is equal to alpha square. Now this 1 minus alpha is going to go up, and this V is what you are going to mention here. Again I am telling you Ka, so this alpha square will remain where it is. 1 minus alpha will go up along with the V, since you have already cancelled 1 V which was in the denominator with 1 minus alpha. Okay, this much is clear. Now we know that we took 1 mole of weak acid dissolved in V dm cube of, or V dm cube of solution. Okay, so what we are going to do is, after this we are going to take 1 by V is equal to C. Okay, so continuing from here, so you are going to take 1 by V is equal to C. So if you look at this equation, if nothing is there here, means there has to be 1 up here, right? So what will this equation become now? This equation will now become Ka is equal to alpha square C, because in place of 1 by V, what is going to come here? C, and denominator is going to remain as it is, that is 1 minus alpha. Okay, now keep in mind, for a weak acid, okay, for a weak acid, this 1 minus alpha is approximately equal to 1. Now why do I mean to, what do I mean to say by this? Like for weak acid, 1 minus alpha is approximately equal to 1, because we know that weak acids do not dissociate completely, they dissociate partially. Okay, that is, if 1000 molecules are there, out of that only 1 or 2 molecules may dissociate. So that is why the degree of dissociation for weak acid is very less, so it is assumed as 1 here. So now what will this equation become now? So it will take the form as Ka is equal to alpha square C, right? If 1 minus alpha is 1, okay, or if you are considering that 1 by V in place of C, for example, like if it is Ka is equal to alpha square 1 minus alpha 1 by V, okay, this is also one possibility. In place of C, I have substituted 1 by V. So what would I get here? I would get it as Ka alpha square V, right? This is what I would get. What I would get here, therefore Ka is equal to alpha square by V, because then 1 minus alpha would become equal to 1. Now in both the cases, if I want to remove this alpha sign, as in I'm talking about this reaction now, Ka is equal to alpha square C and Ka is equal to alpha square upon V. So if I want to remove the square from that alpha, then what I have to do? First we will deal with this reaction, okay, that is Ka is equal to alpha square C. So I will remove alpha out. I have to put the square root sign. This Ka will come here and C will go down. Okay, now if I am doing it for this, that is K is equal to alpha square by V, then again I have to take alpha here, put the square root, Ka will come here and V will also come in the numerator. So what can you say? The degree of dissociation of weak acid, okay, it is inversely proportional to the concentration, and it is direct. You can say the degree of dissociation of weak acid is inversely proportional to the square root of concentration, or directly proportional to the square root of volume of 1 mole of weak acid. Okay, I hope this is clear. So again, I would just like to explain here. First we need to take a weak acid, that is Ha. We are going to show the dissociation, that is H plus plus A minus. Okay, then we are going to write the acid dissociation constant, so that is H plus A minus upon HA. Okay, then you are going to bifurcate it into 2 points. First is the amount present at equilibrium per mole and concentration at equilibrium per mole dm3. Okay, so again mention the reaction here, Ha dissociating into H plus and A minus. Ha is undissociated. Okay, undissociated means it is unionized, it has not split up into ions, whereas H and A have undergone dissociation. So we know when it is undergoing dissociation, degree of dissociation is represented by alpha. So in both the cases I have written alpha and alpha. This did not undergo dissociation, that is why I have mentioned 1 minus alpha. For the next point, that is concentration at equilibrium per mole dm cube, you will just have to divide it by volume. Okay, so HA will become 1 minus alpha V, H is going to become alpha by V, and A is going to also become alpha by V. So by now we have the values for HA, that is 1 minus alpha by V mole dm cube. So this is the unit that you need to put. Now if you look at HA and A minus, both are having the same values, that is alpha by V. So you can write HA plus is equal to A minus, which is having the same value, alpha by V. Again you can put the same units, that is mole dm cube. Okay, now you are going to consider the acid dissociation constant, that is H plus A minus upon HA. Just substitute the values that you have got here. So H plus is alpha by V, A minus is also alpha by V divided by HA, which is 1 minus alpha by V. So what are you going to get? Ka is equal to alpha square upon V square, 1 minus alpha by V. So what you are going to do, you are going to cancel the V from the denominator. So you are left with what? Alpha square here divided by V upon 1 minus alpha. So this 1 minus alpha is just going to shift up there in the denominator. So what you will get here? Ka is equal to alpha square upon 1 minus alpha by V. Now because we have considered 1 mole of weak acid which is dissolved in V dm cube of solution, we have to take 1 upon V. So assume there is 1 here. So 1 by V as equal to C, which is the concentration. Okay. So if you are taking 1 by V is equal to C, then what will this equation become as? Ka is equal to alpha square C. So that 1 by V will go. In place of 1 by V, you are going to write C. Okay, so alpha square C here, alpha square C upon 1 minus alpha. Okay, now I told you for a weak acid, the degree of undissociated molecule is considered as 1. Why 1? Because if there are 100 molecules, out of that only 1 or 2 molecules are going to dissociate. That is why we take it approximately equal to 1. So now if we are taking this equation here, we know that Ka is alpha square C upon 1 minus alpha, right? So in place of 1 minus alpha, you are going to write 1. So if you are writing 1 here, what you will get? K is equal to alpha square C, right? So you are getting K is equal to alpha square C. Now the other possibility is where you have substituted that 1 by V is equal to C. Okay, so that is, so consider the same equation here. You're taking Ka alpha square 1 minus alpha, C ke jagah pe you're taking 1 minus V. Okay, so what will that become as? Ka will remain as it is, alpha square will remain as it is. In place of 1 minus alpha you're taking 1, so you will be left with alpha square upon V. So these are the two equations with which you can show the relationship of acid dissociation constant. Okay, so if you want to remove this square, then what you have to do is, first we are taking this reaction, K is equal to alpha square C. So you will take alpha out, you will put square root here, Ka will go in the numerator and C will go in the denominator. If you are taking the second reaction equation, that is Ka is equal to alpha square by V, when you remove that alpha out, you have to put the square root, okay, then Ka and V will also be in the numerator. So now we are going to study the Oswald dilution law for weak base. We already deal with the Oswald dilution law for weak acid. Okay, so weak base, so we have to first consider it like 1 mole of a weak base that should be dissolved in VDM cube of solution. So 1 mole of weak base is dissolved in VDM cube of solution. Okay, so then after that we have to consider a general formula representing a weak base, that is BOH. I'm mentioning aqueous here because of course the base should be in water. So how it is going to dissociate? B plus OH minus, right? After that we have to write the base dissociation constant. We know that it is represented by Kb. So whatever is there on the product side will be written in the numerator. So B plus product, that is the dot, OH minus upon the reactant side. So that is BOH. Now after this again we have to write those 2 points. The first point is amount present at equilibrium per mole. At equilibrium per mole. And the second point is concentration at equilibrium. Concentration at equilibrium per mole dm cube. Okay, now as we did for acid, we have to follow the same steps. So first you have to write your reaction here. So that is BOH, that is your weak base, splitting or undergoing dissociation as B plus aqueous plus OH minus aqueous, right? So this is how it undergoes dissociation. So first I told you this is undissociated molecule, that is why you are going to write it as 1 minus alpha. Whereas B plus and OH minus, these ions have dissociated, so the degree of dissociation is represented by alpha and alpha. Now concentration at equilibrium per mole dm cube, I told you we have considered 1 mole of weak base dissolved in V dm cube. So this will take the form as 1 minus alpha upon V. This will be alpha by V. This also will be alpha by V. So now you have the values of BOH, that is 1 minus alpha by V mole dm cube, right? Then if you look at the values of B plus and OH minus, it is same. So you are going to write B plus is equal to OH minus, and this is also going to have the same unit, that is mole per dm cube. You are going to substitute these values in this equation. Okay, that is the base dissociation constant. So write the base dissociation constant here. Kb is equal to B plus OH minus upon BOH, right? Now start substituting the values. So we know Kb is equal to B plus is alpha by V, product alpha by V, this is 1 minus alpha by V. So that is nothing but, we know Kb is nothing but alpha square upon V square, alpha square V square upon 1 minus alpha by V. So I will cut this V from here and one more V from here. So what am I left with? Kb is equal to alpha square, this 1 minus alpha will go up along with the V here. Okay, so now what is the next step that we need to do here? We have to consider 1 by V. 1 by V is equal to C. So if you are considering this equation as 1, so what will equation 1 become if you consider 1 by V is equal to C? It will become Kb is equal to alpha square 1 minus alpha. So 1 by V, so is nothing but C. So that C you will write it here. But then I told you, for a weak base, 1 minus alpha is approximately taken as 1, and I told you what is the reason there. Okay, because if there are 100 molecules, only 5 to 6 are going to dissociate, okay, and the rest are going to remain undissociated. And we know that weak base is the one which partially dissociates, not completely. That is why we take the value as 1. Okay, so now if you're taking this as equation 2, then what will equation 2 take the form as? So it will become Kb is equal to alpha square C, right? Now if you're considering equation 1, okay, consider equation 1, that was what? Kb is equal to alpha square 1 minus alpha by V. So what would you get this equation as? If 1 minus alpha would be 1, then it would be Kb is equal to alpha square upon V, right? This is what you would get. Okay, now we are going to consider this equation and this equation. So if I want to get rid of this square root from here, so what I have to do? So first I'll take this equation, Kb is equal to alpha square C. So I'll remove alpha out, I'll put the square root, I'll take Kb in, and C is going to go in the denominator. If I'm taking this equation, that is Kb is equal to alpha square by V. So if I'm removing that alpha out, then I have to put the square root sign. It will be Kb dot V, or product V. So what do I conclude from this? You will say the degree of dissociation is inversely proportional to the concentration, or you can say the degree of dissociation of weak base is directly proportional to the square root of volume when you consider 1 mole of weak base. Okay, I hope this is clear. If you have any doubts, please do ask. Thank you for watching.